Hi everyone, today I am here with yet another mind map for class 12, and that is lesson number 1 from Supplementary Reader, the third level by Jack Finney. Now, third level is a science fiction set after the World War II. The place is New York and it is narrated by the central character Charlie. Charlie is 31 years old. He is married to Louisa. He believes that there are 3 levels of Grand Central Station, but actually there are only 2 levels of this New York Grand Central Station. Now, about this hallucination of third level, he talks to his psychiatrist friend, and his friend gives this diagnosis that this must be a waking dream wish fulfillment. It means that since he is unhappy because of the modern world and its insecurities, fear, war, worry, and everything, he wanted an escape, and that is how he got to the third level of Grand Central Station. His other friends also agreed to this diagnosis, and they also suggested that his stamp collection is a temporary refuge from reality. But he is unable to understand these questions. First one is that this stamp collection, that means stamp collection is also known as philately, has been started by his grandfather. Now, he lived in a nice and peaceful environment. He was happy. He did not need any refuge. Then why did he start that? Even President Roosevelt collected stamp. Did he also need a kind of escape? So these are the questions in his mind, and after telling us about his hallucination, he tells us about what happened at the Grand Central Station one night. So one night last summer, Charlie took a subway to reach to his apartment since he wanted to reach early and he wanted to go to his wife. He took a subway instead of a bus, and that is how he came to this Grand Central Station. He was wearing a gabardine suit and a straw hat with a fancy band. And now he entered this Vanderbilt Avenue. He went down a few steps. This is how he reached the first level. Now at the first level, you can take trains like the 20th century. So he walked down a bit. He came to the second level where the suburban trains leave from. Now he went into an arched doorway and he got lost. This is how he entered a tunnel. Now he kept moving forward. In the corridor where he was walking, the corridor angled left. It slanted downward. He kept on walking. He could only hear the sound of his own step. And then he found that this tunnel turned sharp left. After doing this, he took a short flight of stairs and he came to the third level. So this is how he came to this third level, which actually does not exist. Now, according to him, Grand Central Station is just like a growing tree because it is pushing new corridors and staircase as per Charlie. So he compares it with a tree. Now, Charlie believed that there is long hidden tunnel under the city. And according to him, this goes in one direction to Times Square and in the other direction to Central Park. And maybe, according to Charlie, maybe since Grand Central has been an exit, a kind of escape for people, he got into this tunnel. So he's not sure about this. And he did not tell his psychiatrist about this idea of Grand Central Station growing like a tree. Now, at the third level, what did he notice? He noticed that the rooms were smaller. There were very few ticket windows and train gates. There was an old wooden information booth. The lamps were of gaslight and they were dim and flickering. He could also see brass pitons on floor, which were peculiar to 1890s. He also saw a man pulling out a gold watch from his vest pocket. And he looked at the watch and he frowned, maybe looking at the time. He was wearing a derby hat, a black 4-button suit, and he also had a big black handlebar mustache. Now, this was peculiar to 1890s, and he saw people dressed like that. They had fancy beards, sideburns, mustaches, common in 1890s. He also saw a woman, and she was wearing a dress with leg of mutton sleeve and skirt on to the top of her high button shoes. And he noticed that there was a locomotive, a small Courier and Eve locomotive with a funnel shaped chimney. And that is how he came to know that he was somewhere in 1890s. So he wanted to check this. So he walked to the newsboy. He checked the newspaper at that time, and it was The World. The World hasn't been published for years, so he knew that he is somewhere in 1980s. And when he checked the date, it was June 11, 1894, and there was this main news of President Cleveland on top of it. So he went to the ticket window. He wanted a ticket for his wife and for himself for Galesburg, Illinois. Now, why? Because he has gone to school in this place, so he knew this place and he wanted to go there. Since this is 1890s, he can go to any place in US. So the clerk, he calculated the fare. Charlie gave him these new bills, which was not the kind of currency in vogue at that time. And the ticket collector got angry at that. He threatened him, and he says, "That ain't money, mister, and if you're trying to skin me, you won't get very far." That means he got angry. So Charlie got scared, and he came out from there, and he got out very fast from that place. Now Charlie also tells us about Galesburg. According to him, in 1894, it must have been a wonderful town with big old frame houses, huge lawns, tremendous trees, people sitting on lawns, men smoking, and women weaving palm leaf fans. It is a peaceful world because the World War I must have been 20 years away, World War II 40 years away. So that's how he describes this place, Galesburg. Now he comes out of the third level, and then he's now back in reality. He came back the same way. Then he went to this coin dealer and he exchanged his $300 bill. So he went to bank, he got all his money out, that is $300, and he got it exchanged for old currency notes. And this was less than $200, but he didn't mind. His psychiatrist friend was worried about this, but he didn't care about money. And he says that eggs were 13 cents a dozen in 1894, so it doesn't matter if he's getting less money. Now he tried to find this third level again. His wife was worried. He was told by his wife not to look for it, so he stopped for some time and he started stamp collecting again. But something happened, and now both husband and wife, Charlie and Loisa, they're looking for this third level. Why? The main reason is his friend Sam Wiener disappeared suddenly. And Charlie has told him about this Galesburg, this place Galesburg, many a times, and he liked the idea of the place. And now, where is this Sam Wiener? He is in Galesburg, 1894. Now, how did Charlie come to know about him? One day he was checking his stamp collection and he saw a first day cover mailed to his grandfather. Now this cover should not have been there, so he opened the cover and it was a letter from Sam. Now what is a first day cover? It is that when a new stamp is issued, these stamp collectors, they buy these stamps, they use them on a mail envelope and they post it to themselves. They only put a blank paper inside, and this envelope is called first day cover. So he got this first day cover, and this was a letter from Sam. The address on top was 941 Willard Street, Galesburg, Illinois. The date mentioned was July 1894, and Sam told Charlie that he was right when he said that there was a third level. Sam believed it, and now he had found the third level. He had been here for 2 weeks, and it is a nice place. He could hear someone playing piano. There were people sitting on porches and they were singing Seeing Nelly Home. He was invited for a lemonade and he advised them to keep on looking for third level. And he in the end says that it was worth it. And this was written in the letter. Charlie went to these coin dealer. He came to know that Sam had exchanged old currency worth $800, and with that money he could set up a hay, feed and grain business, since he could not do his old business. Why? What was his business? Sam was Charlie's psychiatrist. So this comes in the end that Sam was actually Charlie's psychiatrist and he believed in what Charlie said. He started finding the third level and he finally found it. The theme that is reflected in third level is that modern day life is full of insecurity. Common man looks for an escape and they find escape in different things, and third level was Charlie's way of escaping from this modern world and its insecurities. It also tells us about the consequences of the war on this generation. I hope you like the video. Thank you for watching it. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.